vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Welcome everybody, welcome to the show. Let me introduce you to some dudes in case you don't know. First we got Aziz all the way from Kuwait. Always got a point when it's time for debate. Oh my Lanta, some call him Dan. Got the dad jokes in the palm of his hand. Boom Sauce McNasty got his eyes on the news. Got his ear to the streets and he's down for the crew. Next up is Clown, the DIY king. Got a juice line and some coils that sing. Then there's a bear who's smarter than average. Quick with a wit, his name Vapor Swaggins. Then there's the homie, we know him as Frames. And too many guests to remember the names. Together they make up this killer vape panel. So hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Vaping with the Ohmies. 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 Vaping with the Ohmies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vaping with the Ohmies. What's in the news, Poon Sauce? Alright guys, it's that time for Dan's dad joke of the week.
What's going on, Ohmies? Welcome back for episode 48, I believe, is what we're on now. Damn, it's crazy. It's been that many already of season 2. Season 3's coming up quick. But with that, we do have a kind of a cool episode planned for today, talking about maybe some of our hobbies or passions outside of vaping, because I know some of us are probably exploring a lot of those things as of right now with a little extra time that we have on our hands. So we're going to kind of touch on that here in a little bit. But before we do that, we're going to do what we normally do, talking about what we're vaping on throughout the night tonight. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to my man, Oh My Dancer, because we missed you, bro, and I got to hear from you first, man. How you doing?
What's up? I have same old. I got my solo K-Fun. What is this? The Light 2019. Thank you, Swaggins. I put something new in that, still from Salt Solution. This is Sweet Mint.
Ooh, sweet.
Very good. 25 milligram Salt Nick. I have my Dreamer Goat combo with some new Mika. I finally ended up making an order and getting some new rescued stuff. So I got some Mika, the vanilla peppermint, very delicious. And then I have my Clutch RDA for vaping. Doesn't get any better right there. With the best juice in the world, Ben Guava Lemonade. It is the truth. I love that stuff. And that's what I got. I want to hear... Oh, damn, no one's vaping. I wanted to pass it off while they're...
You want to catch somebody, huh?
Vapor Swaggins.
Thank you, Dan.
You are welcome, sir.
Yeah, so I'm vaping on the Defiant Designs DS with a nice gas mod sticker on there. I forgot that was on there, and then I picked it up, and it's there. So hello. On top of that, we've got the Vapors Cloud Shogun with some Entheon accents because it's just pimped out that way. Inside of there, what do I have inside of there? I think it's probably Pango by Transistor, which is see-through.
Whoa.
All right. You'd think I'd be used to that by now. Next, I've got the Stratum Delrin with the Stank on top, the Stellar Tank by Stellar Mods. Inside of there, I definitely have Pango. Yeah, real diverse over here. And what else do I have? I've got the Infinix I've got the Infinix with some bad drip salt cereal, 25 milligram. You're on quarantine when you're going through all of your old Nick salt. But then again, I've been doing this since before COVID was a thing. So I guess I just had that preppers mentality. I'm trying to go through all my old shit, poon sauce style. And that's what I've got for tonight. So I'm going to pass it off to Poon Sauce himself.
Hey, got a few things. I got the Tenacious Unicorn with some Overtime E-Liquid Vacation Day in there. Because I don't want to say this is kind of like a small vacation. I'm dropping balls all over the place. Hell. But yeah.
Dropping balls.
And then I got my drippy fucking wet mod. What the hell? My Death Wish, my King of Hearts, palmered out with some, if you guys remember this liquid, some Skull and Crossbones in there by Vigilante.
Jeez.
Stuff's fucking fantastic. And this is like a new bottle. Look at the labels. The warnings are where they should be and everything. And what else do I got? I got the Captain with the Blotto. It's like my everyday setup with some Uncle Chris's butterscotch custard, getting down to the end. But that's all I got tonight. Let's pass it off to Mr. Clown.
Alrighty. Let's see. I got the Ruby 21. And that I got some of that Velez from Rescued. Then next, I feel like this was an appropriate setup with that mica. I went with the Dull Dimes, TM, all that kind of thing. Just that felt like it felt right. And then lastly, I got the Via 240 and the Dead Rabbit tank thing that came out like 2 years ago. And in that, I have like one of the last two surviving bottles I have of Marcel.
No.
Bro, dude, that's the legit one
Hold
too.
on. Look, show it from the bottom. Show it from the bottom. Show it from the bottom.
It's
Dude,
black.
that
dude.
shit is
Yeah.
fucking black.
Motorway.
Yeah. He's Doc. All right, James, take it away.
All right, well, I got a couple things here. First setup, you guys seen this in the cloud check this morning. Still rocking that Defiant Designs DS, aka Wednesday Adams. Custom coated by my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. Of course, got an RDA for vaping on top, coated to match with an amethyst chop top tip from DHD on top of that, giving that a little bit of a purple and blue action on there. Really digging the way that's pulling the setup together. And inside, like my boy Swags, I'm also vaping on some Pango today. Gotta say, it is just absolutely banging inside of this setup. It's actually been the only juice I've rocked in this setup since I've got it back from Ashton. And it's just a banger. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Next setup I've got is the V2 from Nameless Modco with the Asgard Mini on top. This is like another one of my Ohmies edition type mods here. Of course, got a Blood Money chop top from DHD on top of that. Got some Breeze Tone coils in here. Shout outs to Breeze Tones and the Migos over there on Migos & Co. But inside of that, I do have the last little bit of my butterscotch custard from Overdrip. Gotta say, just like Corey said, it's just absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite liquids of all time. And last but not least, I am also rocking my Dull Dime 33 Spearmint tin with another RDA for vaping on top with a Moss chop top. And this one, I believe, has some Macy Band Build aliens in there. So shout outs to Macy Band Builds. And inside of this, I have some Mighty Vapors Majestic Mango on the inside. I don't know why it's not wanting to focus. But it's just like a straight mango flavor, and I gotta say, it's not too bad. It's not like a fresh mango. It's more kind of like on the candy side, but it's not too bad. I am enjoying it for the most part. And last little setup I got actually is this guy right here. I opened this up on Friday. Got this in from UL. It's like their Mars U Pod or Marsu Pod or something like that. A little, it's 1,000 milliamp battery pack with a little pod that slides in the side there with a 150 milliamp battery. Refillable pods, and you just drop it in there, and as soon as you pop it in place, it covers up the top so you don't get no junk in your drip tip, and it charges it at the same time. Pretty cool. I gotta say, been enjoying it so far, but definitely have to put it through some more torture testing before a video is done on it. But other than that, inside of this is also some 12 milligram butterscotch custard from Overdrip, because it's like my favorite MTL type of liquid. And with that, that's going to wrap up the buffets here, guys. So, of course, if you guys want to drop what you guys are vaping on in chat, that would be cool as well. We'll read through them and see what you guys got. But, of course, it is that time. I know, Corey, we were talking a little bit earlier. You got a couple things you want to talk about. So it is time for a little bit of what's in the news, Poon Sauce.
Well, I'm gonna kind of keep this on a little bit of a, well, it's gonna be two-party, I guess, to where a little bit vapey news, but a little bit of fun news as well. So there is another flavor ban in the bill of New York right now. So it's kind of, I think Liv has a link to where pretty much has a list of all the representatives in New York's phone number and their email address. So take advantage of that as much as you can if you're in the state of New York, because even with all this stuff going on, they're still trying to push a flavor ban through, which is kind of absurd. We kind of know where their priorities lie right now, I guess. But taking advantage of that, and what I really kind of wanted to talk about for the most part, because I thought it was awesome. I found something off the Huffington Post, and I thought it was pretty funny because the inner wrestling fan inside of me kind of came out with this. I was like, ooh. So this happened in Las Cruces, New Mexico. A 16-year-old wrestling champion for probably a middle school or a high school wrestling team helped stop a kidnapping and assault near Las Cruces, New Mexico, by pinning a man to the ground until the police arrived, which mother told the authorities that she got off the school bus with her children, ages 9 and 2 and 1, and waiting for an Uber driver to arrive when a man grabbed her 2-year-old child, demanding the woman turn over her children, which is kind of crazy.
Whoa.
And this kid came out there and just threw punches, and he was right on top of it to kind of help them out, which I thought was fantastic. But the inner wrestling fan in me was hoping, as he had him onto the ground, a guy in a striped shirt, referee outfit, came in and started pinning on the ground. I don't know. Trying to make light of a kind of a bad/good situation, because nothing ended up coming around.
Not sure.
Since
Libre.
the children didn't get kidnapped, luckily. And this kid, 16 years old, went out of his way to go up against a 22-year-old guy who was trying to kidnap a kid and pinned him to the ground practically, which I thought was pretty damn awesome. That guy deserves a lot of props, and he's got a bright future ahead of him in wrestling, I would say too. I don't know. I thought that was pretty
Does wrestling have a bright future at this point? Aren't they on hiatus because of the corona?
It's kind of weird being a wrestling fan right now, because they're still airing the shows and all that, but they're doing it in empty stadium, empty places. They're doing them at their performance centers where they pretty much have the people who are working on getting onto the main roster, their kind of training facility. They're airing the shows there, and of course, I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans or not, but everybody here's probably heard of WrestleMania. Of course, it's been around ever since we were all been kids. Mm-hmm. Well, that's actually this coming weekend, and they're making it a 2-night event or something where it's going to be at that thing too. So it's not going to be in a stadium filled with hundreds of thousands of people. It's going to be no audience and nothing. It's going to be the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do.
Probably just make the room dark and have the lights really bright on the center.
Yeah, it's yeah. That's all I got for you guys today. I thought that would be a fun little.
Thank you for that. Wrestling
share
does come in handy. Learn it.
Do it. Just do it. And with that, Clown, how about we do some shout outs? I do see some people throwing out what they're vaping on in chat tonight. So why don't we do some shout outs of what people are vaping on and stuff?
Ooh, okay. Let me go back down then, because I was all ready to go. Let's see. We got Advocate for Liberty, got a Rebirth RTA on an H Cigar VT250.
Ooh, nice.
Anthony Romella's got an iJoy Shogun Falcon King, and with the Marketplace Fiji Pear Mango Berry. That does sound delicious.
That does sound pretty
Mango berry.
And then let's see. Cassie Davis says, I have Banana Gasm in a Rebirth RTA on the Valerian 2. Coconut cream in
Coconut
cream in the Aegis X. And let's see what else. Curse for Villains. He's got a unicorn unibody stack and a Nord.
Of course.
Lanes.
Of course. Ooh,
My little big bro.
Rough McGruff says he's got the Blotto Dreamer combo with some fogging out with the Batman guava pastry. And
Ooh, that
his
one.
Exile with the Turd RDA with Dragon Shake. Dude, those are two banging setups right there, dude. I would totally vape the shit out of those.
Vandal has the goat with the topside dual with Rocket Blast in there. That's a banger right
Of
there.
course.
Yeah. We got Raging Vapor with the Turk V2 LE on top of the Unicorn Vert. Banging setup there. Of course, DHD, Dat Money, though, Chop Top pulling it together. Sick setup, dude. Sick. Oh, you've got that dope LE, like the $100 bill one, huh? That he just did? That one's sick.
The Benji.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
I would say, Anthony Ramella, let your juice sit around for a year or so, and then it'll come in 10W30.
Yeah, there you go. That's
He
what
commented
happens.
that earlier on this.
Dude, that shit is dark, bro. That
It's
shit
also
is dark.
6 milligram. That's why I have it in a tank, because I can't do 6 milligram on an RDA.
That's not that old.
Mine's darker.
Well, yeah, I know. I have some
Ugh.
like that.
It's so dark.
You're like re-wicking every other coal.
Reload MTL on top of the copper cherry bomber. Nice.
Dude, there's some nice setups out there. Great liquid
Hold on,
choices
hold
as
on.
well.
British Eyes, is that an authentic cherry bomber? Let's be honest here.
It might be.
No, it's a
Because if it's
clone.
a clone, you need to throw that thing away from you because that thing's about to blow any minute. Trust me, I have one.
Yeah,
Why
be
are you
careful,
calling him
guys.
out
Be
on this?
careful.
I haven't used it because I know what those mods do. They're literally ticking time bomb.
Dude, Amigos and Co says, I have a bottle of maize from the first batch just chilling here somewhere. Dude, you know how like ultra steep that is? Yeah, like 3 years old? Fuck, dude. That's
That shit'll
insane.
chip paint.
For real. For real, dude. Like lacquer
Good
thinner.
evening, Big
I mean,
Red
I
Vapor
have
Channel.
some super like steeped respect out of the glass bottles from Transistor Stillets.
Ooh, some of that good stuff. But with that, guys, thank you guys all for joining us and hanging out tonight. With the topic for tonight, we're pretty much gonna be talking about like some of our hobbies, our passions outside of vaping. I know with the recent situation with everything that's going on, a lot of people have had a little bit more free time and some time just to kind of kill. So I don't know, maybe some of us have kind of started getting back into some of our older hobbies or kind of just chasing some of our older passions or kind of doing that sort of thing. I know there's a couple things that I haven't had all the time in the world for lately just because of work and everything like that, but have had a little time here and there to kind of just sit down and think about things I would do. Unfortunately, I am still working my full 40 hours a week because I am an essential employee, so I don't have quite as much spare time as some do, but I thought it would be fun to talk about some of our hobbies and passions and see if maybe there's someone out there that might also have that same thing in common or have that same hobby that they're into or passion. I know, like, speaking of that, Clown and I have something in common that we're both pretty passionate about and have been for quite a while, is we're both musicians. I've been playing music since like junior high school, even a little bit before that is when I started learning to play guitar and stuff like that, and it's always been a huge passion of mine, and I'm sure it's been for you as well, Clown. Like, is that something that you've kind of started getting back into lately, or is it something that you kind of still kind of have on the back burner?
It's been on the back burner. I dabble. Like, actually, if you watch my videos from last year, all the music and stuff, I actually did all that. Like, other than the drums, because I can't play drums worth of shit, even though there's a drum kit downstairs. Other than that, like all the guitar parts, the bass parts, that was all me.
That's
so
sick.
So I miss playing in a band and rehearsing and all that. Hate trying to get to gigs because the pain in the ass trying to wrangle people up. But,
oh yeah, especially that and all the equipment and shit.
Oh yeah, especially if you're the idiot with the giant ass bass amp that weighs like half a ton.
Yeah, for real.
'Cause I have one of those 600 watt amps, the bass ones. That shit rattles the house at half volume.
Yeah, dude, like with me, whenever I'd go and do shows and stuff, I would have to load up, because I'd take two guitars with me because I'd have an acoustic and I'd have my electric because, depending on what song I'm playing. Then I'd have my half stack in the back of the car. I'd have, the head to my fucking amplifier in there. And of course, I had a 1,000-watt tube amp that, fucking, you turn that puppy up, bro. You can rock some fucking windows, man. and
Yeah.
just piling all that stuff into my car. And I used to do this like on a weekly basis, like every Saturday. Before I really got into, the channel and stuff like that. And, for buddies ended up moving and all this, like every Saturday I would literally drive up to the mountains about an hour away from where I live, up to my buddy's cabin up in Crestline. And we literally sit there and have, 2-3 hour jam sessions every Saturday. Like that was a ritual. It was like we go up there, have some shed time, because shed time and music just go hand in hand. At least they do for me. So just, you partake in a little shed time, get in the feels, get the vibes right, and then just sit there and just jam, dude. And just like we'd have a playlist that we'd play through quite a bit because we do, little shows here and there, open mic nights and stuff like that. So we had like an hour set list that we had made up over time of some covers, a couple originals and stuff like that. And after that, we just sit there and just fiddle around, man. Start playing some chord progressions, or like my bass player would always have a couple bass riffs that he's working on, and then we just sit there and just jam and see what we could come up with.
I'll say, like, I've gone down to deep end on like guitar and bass YouTube.
Oh
That
yeah,
stuff gets interesting. Them dudes are insane,
dude.
Like,
Some of them
holy
are
crap.
crazy.
Like what's his name, Jared Dines. If you go check him out, like at the end of the year he gets all the YouTubers he knows and they do a compilation with like one solid song for like 8 minutes long.
Dude, that one's sick because it's just like an endless solo of just like all these different guitarists adding their own different styles to it too.
Wasn't
which
that the
is
one
super
where
crazy.
they did the Game of Thrones theme?
They've done all kinds of different stuff, man.
I know there was one where there was like 8 to 10 musicians like sitting up.
Oh
and
yeah, okay, I remember that.
song
Yeah,
of Game of Thrones.
they had like
Awesome.
Ian Scott from Anthrax.
Yeah, all the guitarists. Yep,
That was pretty sick, dude. I've seen that one.
soloing. Yep.
Now, like, what about you, Corey? Like, what's one of your passions or hobbies outside of vaping that you've kind of, either have kind of put to the side with everything that's going on, or thought about getting back into?
Well, it's been something I've been wanting to get into, but now that this kind of coronavirus has kind of changed things for me a little bit, it's kind of given me opportunity to kind of attempt to pursue it a little bit. So I've really gotten into beer these past maybe 5 to 6 years, where it's like the craft brewery kind of scene has kind of took me by surprise, and I kind of dealt right into it really pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to actually get into a career at working at like a brewery right now, to where once things clear up, I want to get, because I have the mindset of I don't want to work to where it's just like a job to where you go to work, you come home, and then you repeat. I want to actually enjoy and be able to like wake up in the morning and say, I can go to work and actually enjoy it. So and something I've thought of too, since I have a little bit more time. It's been crossing in my mind. I've been doing a little bit of research on it, but I may start attempting to brew my own beer.
Oh,
Nice,
dude. That would be cool.
Which let's
Can
see
you
what
do
happens with
mead?
it. Who knows? I'm looking into it, seeing like what the price range is for like a
Poon
starting
sauce.
kind of kit.
Poon
You gotta
sauce
let
and
it ferment
sun.
before you drink it. Just remember that.
Can you call it poon sauce and sun?
Sauce.
By the way, too, Amigos and Co said, Poon Sauce Nasty, you ever want a guest with your show? I'm great for dumb comic relief. Vandal. You just want to throw that
Perfect.
out there for you. Dude, could you imagine Vandal and Poon Sauce like doing a show together? That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
The shit
I'd
show.
watch. I'd subscribe.
So that's something I've thought about. I need to do a little more research on it, because I know there's a place probably like 10 minutes down the road from me who actually, it's a place called Brew and Grow, which it's pretty much like it's like, I don't know if it's like planting or like something people do, but it's like they have the equipment for brewing your own beer and everything. And I've kind of wanted to go there and
Corey, treat it just like when you walked into your first vape shop. Walk
Yeah.
in there, tell them you want to start brewing your own beer, and they take you down the path of what you need, what you're going to do.
Mhm.
Sure, you'll follow a couple YouTube channels of people that do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you-
think of
I
it
do
the
know
same
a
way
guy.
you did with vaping, just
Yeah.
with beer.
Yeah, and here's a question too: is like, of course, you say like you want to get into brewing and stuff like that. What would be the first type of beer you would want to try to brew, or like what types of beers would you be interested in brewing? Because I know you like many different kinds, but like, is there a specific one that
I'll
you
kind
would
of
try
the
out
way
first?
I look at it too is, okay, I figure out what season is, because that kind of varies on what's available. Because you're thinking about it, once the warm weather starts kicking in, you're gonna be seeing a lot more fruitier kind of
like your
ingredients when it comes to beer,
saisons
with
and
your
sessions,
saisons, your citrusy beers, your
gozes.
They're using a lot of the stone fruits and maybe
Your banana nut
tempted to make,
ales, you know.
Yeah,
tempted
dude.
to make a sour. Who knows? I've wanted to try to get into sours, and maybe that might be a kind of way to introduce me into it by attempting to make my own and kind of idealize what my favorite kind of sour would be.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
So-
cool.
Sweaty socks.
And
Oh,
what
it's
what
kinda-
about you,
you just-
Dan? What's like one of your hobbies or something that you do for fun?
Yeah, before we switch,
Go
I just
ahead.
wanted to say to Corey, like, you have a YouTube channel. You should start, if you're going to do these steps of beer, like, you should put that out there for beginners themselves. Create more content.
Yeah. Live stream it, yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, I would say, but I mean, like, you start getting used to making that same beer. You know what I mean? You could show people like what's good, what not to do, all that.
Yeah, because I know, Dan, me and you have had kind of a little bit of discussions because you have the buddy you used to work with who
your butt?
I have beer buddies.
Your butt?
Beer buddies.
Buddies?
buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Dude, I know a couple people.
Poon brews. I like it.
Poon brews.
So it's
Poon
something
brew
I've
sauce.
been thinking into. So we'll see.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I have a couple friends that
I might get my
Yeah.
dad to get involved too, because that's something maybe me and him can, because we're both as passionate into like craft beer stuff. So
you're both drunks. We get it.
Way to go, Dan.
I'm just kidding.
Beer.
No, but no,
Hey.
if you need some help, like I can get you in touch with a couple guys that
Yeah.
like they have like really nice equipment and can get you like in the door of where you want to go with what you want to do.
I would trust a man with a beard as on point as Oh My Danta.
I don't do a lot of things, but I know a lot of people that do different things. So I'm like that middle guy that can get you hooked up with the other guys that know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking
one
of
So
of
what
my
you're
friend-
saying is that you're a great friend.
Yeah, I'm a great friend.
Okay, cool.
but like, what are some of the things that you like to do on your off time, Dan?
So for people that don't know, I like to play cornhole. It's an up and coming sport.
Oh my god.
It
Dude,
is, dude. They show there's like you can be a professional cornhole player. It's super fun. I like to play it. I'm really good at sports where you don't have to do a lot of moving.
Where
around.
you,
It's
where
called-
yeah, where you just
it's called
stand
fat
still.
man sports.
Yeah.
I thrive. Okay,
Professional
I
in
thrive.
a dive bar.
Oh my
Professional.
cornhole.
Yes. Oh my cornhole. So much. I even I have my own custom bags. This is my bag for my bags.
That's your sack for your bags. You put
Yeah,
your
here's
bag
my,
sack.
Mother shuckers, and on the back side I have my custom Mandalorian. This is the way cornhole sack.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really fun. I got a buddy that runs his own business, does custom bags, boards. He does leagues, obviously not right now or whatever, but I've been pretty good in the past, but had to take a break from it.
Anthony Ramella says,
ESPN 8.
"Yeah,
are you
the
staying-
Ocho, bro."
Are you
This is where
staying
you
in
can
practice, bro?
I haven't for a little while, but my schedule was all screwed up.
Dude.
Now that I'm back to like normalcy, once like this stuff all dies down, I can get back into it. I was pretty good at the time. I was placing. I
Dude,
was on the podium.
you gotta
I was a bronze
set up the
medal.
training course in the garage, bro. You gotta keep your game hot, man. You can't get cold on you.
Cornhole's
mean?
fun. I like playing that. They're a good group of people to know and hang out with, and just throw the sack around. You know what I mean?
Advocate for Liberty asked, "Do you wax your cornhole?"
I do not wax my cornhole.
And then
That's
Amigos and Co
dangerous.
says, "Does the corn go in first?"
In the hole, yes. Always corn in the hole first.
Gotcha.
Is
Uh,
cornhole
also-
on ESPN 8 the Ocho? I love that one.
It's
Along
the
with
Ocho.
dodgeball.
If you see Dan's
My favorite was still
tutorial
those
videos
dudes
on
slapping
playing
each other.
cornhole on this new website he created called Cornhub.
Corn hub.
Corn
Yeah.
hub. Wow.
That's fun to play. I also like to golf, and being in Michigan, I don't get to do it year round, which would be nice, but the season's coming around. But with everything that's going on, my hobbies that I enjoy doing other than vaping are on hold for the moment. So a lot of the time it's just, whatever Rowan wants to do. And for those that don't know, Rowan's my 5-year-old son who has unlimited amounts
Danger.
of energy and never takes a fucking nap. So there's that.
Yeah.
Dan, we should golf when I come to your place in May.
Okay, bring your
I'll
clubs.
I'll have my clubs in my
Dude,
car,
what's
so-
great about where I live, there's like 12 golf courses around my area. You can, if you want to go to like expensive golf course, you can.
You
If
have
you
to
wanna go
wear a
some
collared
rinky-dink-
shirt, Poon Sauce.
Right here too. Just announced possible delay with PMTA deadline to September 9th. This is from Greg Connolly.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Michelle. So breaking news for you guys right there. Just announced possible delay. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. If we get any more information, we'll make sure to keep you guys updated. I'm sure Corey will let you guys know if anything comes up as soon as Wednesday. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, well, so Dan, cornhole, golf, that's your shtick. That's what you do. That's what you like
Pretty
to do
much,
for fun.
man. There's nothing
Fantasy
really else that I can
football?
think of. And,
Seasonal hobbies.
Yeah,
I
like
have
fantasy
seasonal
football
hunt.
is
When-
his shit, dude.
on
He takes
fantasy
that shit
football,
serious.
I love football, watching football, tracking football, watching my team. It's
Fantasy
football's the
football.
greatest sport.
Dan, are we
Um,
doing a fantasy XFL season next year?
If there is one, I think that would be cool, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. I'm hoping for football NFL this year, for fuck's sake.
No shit.
If we don't
Like
have
what-
that, like, I don't know.
Like what Amigos and
Um,
Company had to say. If you're white and in your 30s.
Oh
you
wow,
have to
the
choose best
FDA
class.
themselves requested the delay, according to
Yeah.
Michelle. So thank you for that, Michelle. We appreciate the insight there.
Thanks, Michelle.
But one person we haven't talked to yet is Mr. Vape Swaggins. Now, what does
Hey.
Swaggins like to do on his spare time? Does he have a passion? Does he have a hobby? What do you like to do?
It's a good passion. It's a good.
What do I like to do? That's a good question. I like to help others find their soulmate. Come on down to plentyoffish.net. Just kidding. I was reading. I was trying to understand Amigos and Co. about what Clown was saying. If you're white in your 30s, you have to choose a subclass: golfer, live streamer, or golf. And I just want to know which one of those can I choose, because I don't want to be any of them. I don't know. I've been playing video games a bit more than I would in the old quarantine downtime, but just like mindlessly. I haven't been really getting into anything. But I used to be into watches, luxury watches, buying and selling them like on eBay, and then just buying ones to keep, because you buy and sell to make enough money to buy a nice one or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's like the trade up type deal.
Yeah, because I was into like liquid investments. That's kind of what bridged the gap between regular vaping and high-end vaping. Why I went so hard into high-end vaping was because there was a lot of investment there, and I got my money back for a lot of the stuff that I got rid of. But I don't know what else could there be. I was thinking about it, and I kind of have it all integrated into my life, as it were. Hobbies, vaping became like Vapor Swaggins,
Yeah.
and it couldn't just be a hobby, right? Movies, I went into the film industry, and it wasn't a hobby anymore. It was a career. So it's like I seem to do that. Oh yeah, cannabis is a huge hobby of mine
Yeah.
right now.
I think it's a little bit
And-
of not all of ours, but a lot of us
Yeah.
as of late.
I live in Texas.
And then I turned that into a career. So that's just that's Poon Sauce. You know, that's what you want to do, right? You want to turn a hobby into a career, and it does make it
Hold
fun
on.
and interesting,
Hold on.
but it'll still have its same unique challenges as any
Time
other
out.
career.
Did Clown just use the state of Texas as a get out of jail for marijuana card?
I can't, or else I'll get fired for sure.
Yeah.
And they have drug tested me twice already.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'm like, don't use your state because
And Texas
there's definitely
is,
a time
is
where
one of
all
those
of our
places-
states were not legal, and I'm pretty sure we all did it. So
Texas is one of those states where they can fire you just for the fuck of it. And
Yeah.
they don't have
to have
fucking
a rhyme or
reply.
reason.
I gotcha.
So it seems like we
Yes.
all have our different little things. Of course, like me and Clown, we're kind of similar on the music side. One thing that I totally didn't even think about, but of course you guys see it all the time, is I used to be pretty advocate Power Rangers collector. And that kind of like stopped. But as of late, I've been finding myself looking at new shit because like
Don't do it.
Too much information for you guys, but like everything was originally made by Bandai in Japan, but recently Hasbro has taken over the Power Rangers name and like the whole universe and stuff like that. So they're remaking a lot of things. So like a lot of the shit that they're doing is fucking dope. And it's like, fuck, I kind of need that. I kind of want that would go perfect with, you know, my green and white Ranger collection that I got going on over here on my bookshelf. You know what I mean? Like there's so many dope shit, but I can't spend money on that stuff right now. But yeah, I've had a lot of different hobbies that have kind of come and gone over the years.
We should dive deeper into like hobbies themselves. I'm surprised we didn't think of this, but just like this human need to collect. Like beyond the hobby is the collecting of the thing that's in the hobby. You know, 'cause you wind up amassing a collection, and people that are in these. You know, I was just watching a Vice thing about people that are into DIY submarines. And I'm just like, what? You know, there's 30 DIY like class submarines in the United States.
Yeah, and this brings up another good kind of question too, is like, is there any hobbies or like things that you've always wanted to try or like have thought like, man, that would be kind of fun to do? You know what I mean?
Fencing.
Like I've wanted, like, is there anything out there that's kind of like grabbed your eye for a second? You're like, man, that would be kind of fun to try out.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of those videos of Frank and his cousin build stuff out in the jungle, and like that would be really cool to do.
Dude, I watch a lot of bushcraft videos, but I never really want to bushcraft like in a different life, in a different world. Like geographically, if I grew up in some beautiful place in Canada, rural Canada, I would definitely be out bushcrafting. But I watch the videos just to get a satisfaction for something different that's way different outside of the realm of what I do and experience. But I would say fencing, dude. There's like, of all the things, I went to camp for everything. You name it, and I went to a camp for it as a kid. But fencing, like, dude, sword fighting and shit.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Dude, I had buddies that did that, like in school and shit. And that, like, actually, they went to like fucking England on like a fucking fencing trip for like some sort of tournament and shit. Like,
yeah. Now, someone in the chat be racist and say that's a white person aspiration.
Fencing?
Yeah, I think it would be cool, man. Why not?
I did think of you putting up fences when you said that. So, I mean,
really?
I just have a cultural gap, I guess.
Fair enough.
Hey, I've been to band camp, Amigos and Co. Not as cool as it seems.
Well, I mean, it's not like it was around me, clown. I didn't like. It's not like I had a fencing club in school, or else I totally would have done that, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you see it on TV. You know, people that went to like are in a fencing club or do it. Like Paul Rudd was in a fencing club in that
dinner for no. It was I Love You, Man.
I love you, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Josh Siegel, great movie. And so that's what like reminded me of it. And I was like, shit, I want to fence, man. That'd be dope.
I just want to be friends with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, why not?
Right.
Well, there's like one thing I was into like 7-8 years ago. Me and my brother really got into graffiti, and we were doing like stencil work and stuff like that. And they're most likely gone by this point because cities hate when you do that shit to public property.
Wow,
but
just
we were doing like
up walls.
we were doing more like my brother was doing like Nintendo characters, so he did like a Super Mario and stuff. And
Nice.
did a bunch of random shit all over the place.
Dude, one thing that I used to do a lot too, growing up, and I haven't done it in probably about 10 years or so, is I used to ride dirt bikes, and you know, out here in the desert, that's what you do. You know what I mean? You got dirt, you ride a bike on it, and you know, so like that's one thing I really miss. We used to like literally would get home from school, you know, throw all of our gear on and stuff, roll the bikes out of the garage, fucking kickstart them, get them things warmed up, and then just take off out of our driveways and just go roam the desert for a couple hours and then, you know, come back. Like that was like one of the funnest things. We got into a lot of trouble, I will say, doing that, you know, running from cops and shit like that. But hey, we never got caught. Not saying to do that whatsoever, anybody out there, but dude, that's one thing I miss, man, is riding for sure.
It's like
Yeah, dirt plus
skateboarding.
bike equals dirt bike, 100%. Michelle, you're right. Any bike on dirt is a dirt
Demo,
bike.
you want to join a fencing club, bro? Sorry. I just saw this
Dude.
this thing in chat, and I just picture him like being so sophisticated and really good at it, like super
Dude,
nimble.
I could totally see Demo wanting to get into it too. You know what I mean? Like that seems
Yeah.
like a Demo thing.
He'd
Don't
tell me
give him
which
something to
kind
pull
of
away from
saber to
coffee
buy.
with.
He'd
Yeah.
be like, "You gotta get the PF 150 because it's got a rounded edge and it's lighter than titanium."
Yeah.
I'd be like,
It gives
"Okay."
you the full specs on it and everything. He's like, well, technically, you should probably get something, a little lighter weight just because of your stature. And,
And this
like
handle is
You
more
said yes.
aerodynamic than the one you'd be going for
Yeah.
originally.
Demo is
I saw-
already the captain of his fencing team, says Michelle Lynn.
I was down a YouTube rabbit hole one day, and I thought it's somehow I started with Marble Olympics, and it went to like people doing model trains in their house. I don't know, like the giant tracks of model trains, to where they have like scenery and stuff, like going through mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was
How
like,
peaceful.
if I was like in my 70s or 60s, lived on my own, and like had a pension or something I was living off, I was like,
That's what
making
you'd be
your
doing?
house
I see
/ backyard into like a giant freaking model train.
Corey, the next time you come over, I'll take you to my uncle's house. He's into all that stuff, and his whole basement is model trains. Like, and I'm talking like not like old school ones where it's like you turn a button so the electric. Like he's got like a remote control and like 60 trains set up, and he can run each individual
That's
one.
insane.
And some of them
He'll even
have
let
the
you wear the
that come out of it. It's
conductor's outfit.
crazy.
Yeah, you even get to wear the
I
hat
get
and
to wear
fucking
the
toot
hat.
the horn,
Then you
dude.
train conductor hat, kid.
I'll put the cat on, just be like, choo choo, motherfucker.
Is he gonna wear the doll hair
Yeah.
wig?
Yeah, bring your doll hair collection dolls.
A doll hair. Yeah, you forgot to mention that one. You were so excited
No,
about it before the show.
No. We're changing the
Hair
subject
dolls. Hair
How
dolls,
many
right?
doll hair dolls did it take for you to realize you were a stalker? That's what I need to know. Was it by the third one, fifth one, Baker's
When you
dozen?
started putting the stolen makeup that you stole from the people whose hair you stole as well on the hair dolls, did you think that was taking it too far?
Use
Marble
makeup only.
racing. That's a hobby I want to
Marble
pick up.
racing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
want to
model
start doing my own Marble Olympics, god damn it. Because that shit looks fun.
Yeah,
and I
Angela-
envy you now
Angela
because
knows.
you just gave Vaping Iris like 100 pounds of more ammo against me.
I don't think we needed to do anything to that.
Just deny.
You know what? Vaping Irish is right, though. He said axe/knife throwing is addictive. So is archery for anyone interested. I do agree. Like, if you've ever
went
done, like,
axe
any
throwing, that
archery
shit
or
was
anything,
Awesome.
so much fun, man.
Rock
so much
climbing.
fun.
Dude, knife collecting is something I've been wanting to get into.
And yeah, Michelle's right. Sean's wife, Lizzie, can 100% throw axes. I've seen it. There's been video footage of her getting bullseyes, too. Like, she's good. But anyways, so talked a little bit of some things that we do like to do, some of our hobbies that we have now, maybe some things that we like to do. The one thing that I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. This one instrument that I never really picked up and learned to play. I taught myself how to
Largest
play
range of
multiple
keys, bro.
other ones. Like taught myself to play guitar, ukulele, bass, drums. I learned how to play a lot of brass instruments and stuff when I was in school as a kid. But piano was one of the ones I never picked up, and it's like one of the most, universal. You know what I mean? Because you could write any kind of music on a piano and then transpose it to whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just so cool. I want to be able to tickle the ivories.
Tickle them.
Yeah, just a little, a little tickle on the ivories.
Paint your fingernails. Make them look pretty.
Yeah,
For me, it's the bagpipes. I want to get some
bagpipes. That would be sick.
I had
I have a
coworker
buddy-
who was
I'll
like,
tell you what, that would be the worst instrument to listen to somebody learn. how to
Oh,
play.
dude, for real.
So bad. I actually have
I'm
one
gonna
of
go
those.
practice the pipes. No, you're not.
Oh.
I had somebody I worked with who was actually a professional bagpipe player, to where he was him and his, I don't know if they call it a band or not, when it's like a group of people who play bagpipes, I don't know, but they were actually going over to Ireland to play in their,
That's a gaggle.
They're saying-
It's a gaggle of pipes.
they were gonna play in their St. Patrick's Day parade, but since this coronavirus thing got canceled, this trip got canceled and everything. So I was like, that would have been cool to actually like go to Ireland and play the bagpipes and stuff. I don't know, it's like going to
Yes.
your roots.
Well, it'll still be there after. So
Yeah, I know.
One of the guys I used to work with, he actually knew how to play the didgeridoo.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
is that big hollow stick?
Yeah. He's like it's like motorboating. You just get in there and start doing it.
Get your lips in there, boy.
Like that is insane, dude.
All right, so with that, guys, we're running down to about the last 15 minutes of the show here, but I do want to take a moment because we haven't said anything about them yet, but we do want to take a moment just to recognize our amazing sponsors. Of course, you guys already know Rescued E-Liquid is a proud sponsor of Vaping with the Ohmies, and we're absolutely just honored to be partnered up with them. You guys go check them out on rescuedeliquid.com, and you can use the code Ohmies for 10% off. They have, of course, the pack leader line with the newly released Nico, which is a snickerdoodle custard. And then, of course, they have Miko, which is a vanilla peppermint. And they also have their regular Rescued line with Ben, Vulcan, Vengeance, Velez, all those delicious liquids. So you guys can go check them out over on their website, rescuedeliquid.com. Of course, huge shout out goes out to Texas Candy Caviar and the CBD candy connoisseur himself, and Anthony Ramella. You guys can go check out Texas Candy Caviar. That's txcandycaviar.com over on their website, and you can use the code Ohmies for 10% off of your order. And I believe there's another code going on as well. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So
buy one and get one.
That's what it is. They're doing buy one, get one free right now over on their website, guys. So if you go over there and take advantage of it, it is a killer deal. So go over there, go check it out. They have, of course, just their regular CBD line, and they also have the melatonin line as well that could help you if you're having a little bit of difficulty sleeping. I definitely suggest trying those out. So a huge shout out goes out to Texas Candy Caviar and, of course, the CBD candy connoisseur himself, Anthony Ramella. And then last but not least, OMPH, of course, huge shout out goes out to them with the Fountain Blast Off and all the other delicious flavors. They have the Real Dough Custard, they have Watson, and of course the Fountain flavors. One of my absolute favorites. You guys can go check them out at opmhproject.com. And of course, they do wholesale and distribution as well. So if you guys have a shop or anything like that, you can definitely take a peek over there on their site for all that stuff. But of course, with that being said, it is that time to, add some songs onto the Vaping with the Ohmies playlist. There's been some great ones added already. Of course, every week us here on the panel add some. Whenever we have a guest, we'll have them throw a couple on the list as well. And of course, you guys out there in chat have an opportunity every week to have your song added onto the playlist. So with that being said, go ahead and start dropping some of your favorite songs in chat. And then at the end, we'll go through and we'll pick one from chat to add onto the playlist as well. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it off to my man Dan on my Lanta. What is gonna be your first song picks for the playlist this week?
Before the show we were talking about A Perfect Circle. Corey had brought it up, so I'm gonna throw one of their songs on there. I think I already have in the past, but I'll eventually throw all of them that I love on there. So we're gonna go with Weak and Powerless from 13th Step.
That was the first
great
Perfect
track.
Circle song I ever heard.
It's a great song. And I'll pass it off to Paper Swaggins.
Paper Swaggins it is. I'm going to go with Run the Jewels. Ooh La La.
Good song. Good choice.
And I'm going to pass it to Poon Brews Mix Sauce.
Bruce
My
McSauce.
first song.
Dude, you can make a
is-
barbecue sauce after the beer. Just saying.
My song is going to be This Calling by All That Remains. Let's
All
pass
right.
it off the clown.
I want to go with Revenge by Joyner Luca.
Good song.
I woke up thinking about that song for some fucking
Have you?
reason, so
If you haven't
it's stuck in
listened
my
to
head
his
all day.
newest album, you should check it out, man.
Oh, I already
it's,
have.
It's
dude.
a
As soon as
banger.
Spotify dropped it. That's what I
It's
went through.
it's a banger for sure.
Dude, the Will Smith song's pretty good too.
Yeah, I just saw the video for that the other day. So my first song for the playlist this week, I'm gonna throw it back a little bit on you guys. My song is from Kansas, and it is "Carry On Wayward." One of my absolute favorite songs. Love that song. Love the riff. I'm with it. Throw that one on the list. And then Dan, back to you, bro.
We're gonna go with Stone Sour. Say You'll Haunt Me.
All right.
Don't sour. Say your
Ooh,
heart.
Swaggins.
Okay, yeah. And for me, I'm going to put this all-time classic on the list because no playlist should be without it. And that song is by none other than Pat Benatar herself, Shadows of the Night.
All right. And then it's your turn, Poon Sauce.
Oh yeah, you should remember this. Go dance.
Okay, give me a second.
Oh, he's multitasking.
Uh-oh.
We should have music
I'm gonna
for that.
do the song "Ink" by Drusif Stalin's musical endeavors.
All right.
A Lady of the Night. Thank you.
What was it, Corey?
I'll put it in our chat. And Clown, you're up.
I'm gonna go with because Angela Garrity will be the only one that probably gets this one. Gargoyles over Copenhagen, Necromantics.
Gargoyles over Copenhagen, huh?
Uh-huh.
And then
This is the first song I ever learned to play on a upright bass.
nice. So I guess that means it's my turn then for my last song. And I'm going to go the total opposite, genre direction of my last one. And it's going to be Explosive by Dr. Dre, Nate Dogg, the whole squad. One of my favorite songs. That's definitely got to go on the list. Explosive. And with that, I think that wraps up all of our picks for the playlist this week. So how about we have Dan pick out a song from chat this week since you've missed a couple episodes, man? Why don't we have you pick one?
Yes, that was my whole plan, was to miss some episodes so that this would be my honor. And
Well,
you're going to get a double dose of A Perfect Circle because I'm picking Ashton Palmer's A Perfect Circle, The Package.
Very
Good
nice. Very nice. So, of
Dude,
course,
I was hoping
guys.
you're gonna pick Digital Underground.
Right. There's some good ones out there, man. There's some good ones
there
out
is.
there. So, of course, guys, don't worry if we did not pick your song this week. Remember, write it down. Keep a list because you can drop them in the chat next week. And who knows, we might just pick yours for the playlist. Our plan is to hopefully get a song from, everybody that tunes in. We don't want to pick, from the same person every time. So, if we pick your song, don't expect to get picked again right away. We're going to try to break them up. That way everybody kind of gets a chance to throw their song up there and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But with all that, guys, it's that time. We're going to start winding down. We're going to do some sign-outs, talk about whatever we got coming up on various channels and such. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to Poon Sauce. What you got coming up this week, bro?
Of course, you can see me and Sean this Wednesday on my channel for another episode of What's in the News. But I'm very happy to announce that What's Your Story this Saturday is going to be back.
Yay!
I have a very special guest who is actually in chat right now, lined up for it. So who knows? What's in the
Who
story
could it be?
Might be getting a new kind of coding, if you know what I mean. I'll just say
Ah-ha-ha.
but I'm really excited to get back to that. I always had a real fun time with it, and yeah, I'm excited.
Very nice, guys. So definitely check out Poon Sauce on his channel Wednesdays. Like Liv's got the link for you guys for What's in the News. And then stay tuned for Saturday for a little bit of What's Your Story with a very special guest. And with that, Clown, what you got coming up this week, bro?
We'll see if Wolfbite and the vlogger are a thing this week, just because work has been killing me. I've been working close to like 10 to 12-hour days, and it's starting to wind down because I do work in a grocery store, and people are batshit.
Yeah, dude,
Putting it
for real.
politely. But that and videos, again, just kind of falls in the same thing. I will say I do have my Google form set up. If you guys go to my Instagram, if you guys want to pick up any coils or anything else, go check that out.
Yeah, do it.
He does
Do it.
aliens
I
now.
don't have the C virus. I have a sinus infection. Don't come at him.
So, okay, Clown, keep an eye out for the vlog or the wolf bite because that's still to be determined. But other than that, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed. Go check out his Instagram. Check out the Google Doc if you guys want to get some coils, some liquids, and all that good stuff. And Vape Swaggins, what you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, we got the Vape Stew on Friday with a very special guest all the way from Australia.
Oh, very nice.
So check that out over on the Tenacious TX channel. I think he took the vapes out of it. And also on Sunday, we have the High-End Vape Forum on Stan's channel, Tenacious TX, with another special guest from another country that I can't remember right now. I think it might be Poland.
Very nice.
So check those shows out, guys. Otherwise, stay quarantined, stay fresh.
Yep, definitely. And with that, Dan, anything you want to say before we get into it, man?
Show our sponsors some love. That's all. They're awesome people. We love working with them. Go buy their stuff.
Do it.
Just support small businesses.
And with that, it won't be the end of Vaping with the Ohmies without this very special segment that we missed out on last week, but Clown filled in, thankfully. Thank you for that, Clown. But
thank you, Clown.
We're back to the original, guys. It is time for Boom, Dan's Dad Joke of the Week.
If Hooters starts delivering, will it have to change its name to Knockers?
Oh, God.
All right. I kind of like that one, dude. That one was pretty good. That one
they're
was
only
good.
doing curbside around here.
Right?
2 knocks.
So with that, guys, thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. Thank you, Dan, for that amazing dad joke. Of course, you guys can stay tuned for another one at the end of the show next week. And, of course, a little bit of what's in the news with Poon Sauce. But, of course, if you guys have not gone and checked out the brand new episode of the Shed Time podcast that just went up yesterday, we had an amazing guest on, Beecher, aka Coil Turd. It was an absolutely fantastic time just hanging out with Beecher, shooting the shit, talking shed time, talking, just vape stuff, and just talking munchies as well. We actually give some pretty professional burger eating tips for anybody out there, so definitely go give that a peek. And that's over on SoundCloud, that's on Spotify, that's on iTunes, Google Podcasts, pretty much every podcasting platform. Definitely go check that out. Videos, I'm hoping to get some done this week. Like I said, things have just been crazy with everything that's going on. Just haven't had, the time or just the energy to get things done. But I'm hoping this week will be the week that I get back to it. And, of course, we'll be back on Friday on my channel for another episode of The Green Room with Sean Typhon, Overdrip, and myself. And with all that, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up episode 48. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'm going to remind you guys, as always, send us emails if you guys have topic ideas, question ideas, guest ideas, anything like that. Send us an email, vapingwiththeohmies@gmail.com. And, of course, we will definitely take advantage of anything that comes through. One thing that I almost forgot, we don't have a trivia question for this week, but we will get one for next week. But we do have a winner from last week's trivia question. Hopefully you're in chat, because we only got one comment and it was the right answer. Luckily, Miranda Jones, if you could please get in contact with us, send us your information. That way we can get you taken care of with some of that delicious caviar gummies and all that good stuff there. So with all that being said, guys, we're going to wrap this up as we always do. Sending out positive vibes, crisp high fives, and let's just vape on, Ohmies.
You stay sexy.